Hi, I'm Dorian, or Leviathan, an eldritch abomination that's also a freelance artist. Today I have a little bonus video for you guys. Recently I've been asked about the various brushes I use and how I get my line art to look colored, so I'm here to do just that. All of my digital art is either done in Procreate or in Clip Studio Paint, but you can color your line art in this exact way in most, if not all, drawing programs. For a long time I only did my line art in black, which is fun, but with my own art style I felt like it just wasn't the best it could be. What saved me is Cakey Bakey's art way back in my fandom days of Tumblr. They have this really beautiful way of coloring in their line art, and I immediately knew that I had to recreate it. So here we have beautiful Asterion, but as you can see, there's something off. Like, the line art is fine, but there's just something more that could be done to it. So what I'll do is I'll first have these base colors all down, and then I will color pick from whatever I want to start with first, which is usually their skin. And then from the same range of colors, I usually pick a mid-tone or a darker saturated tone, just because some skin tones look a little bit better if you used a bit of a medium color rather than a really dark one. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the layer where my line art specifically is, and then I'll click Alpha Lock. Now, this means I can draw on top of the line art or within the line art actually, without making really horrible marks like that and having to worry about erasing all the time. Instead, it will do this when I draw on top of it. It'll just make the line art specifically a different color. So then I will go in and just color in where I want. This can be done on any layer, by the way. This is an easy way to change anything in your piece without erasing, essentially. From there, I color most of the lines I've drawn, though I don't color the deepest shadows or the outermost line art. For example, I don't color in the shadow beneath Asterion's chin or the deepest shadow within his ears. I also don't color the outer edges of Asterion's hair, his eyelashes, or the main line of his mouth. And honestly, that's just a stylistic choice. And then rinse and repeat for each section that uses a different color. It's honestly pretty easy. The reason why I decided to do this so many years ago eludes me. I just know that it looks good to me and others like it as well. Might have something to do with color theory or the fact it looks softer to the eye. Who knows, but I do prefer art that has this sort of coloring style over others. Now for my brushes. To get this beautifully crisp and clean line art, I use the Lineart Soft Small Brush from Azilum's Like brush pack, which is free. For coloring, I usually go with the line art brush, or if I get impatient, I use Color Flat Hard from the same Azilum's brush pack. For my general sketching and sketch line art, I use the Sketchy shader from Alice Trigette's, I think is how you say that, inky set for Procreate, which is $8 or so depending on where you live. I do find that either my iPad has pressure damage or something sometimes gets a bit wonky with just that brush. So if I'm getting frustrated or having larger issues, I've been using Cole Hairless Cat's soft pencil brush from Cole's pencil set, which is $5. These pencil brushes are really nice, and I do highly suggest using Alice's brushes too. I do think it's absolutely like some pressure damage thing or something and not her brush. Now the brushes I use on Clip Studio Paint are going to be different because I obviously can't use Procreate brushes in CSP, and I'm too broke to buy things twice. Rip, skill issue, etc. Anyway, the brushes I use for CSP are all free, as far as I know. All of the line art and sketching brushes come from the Arcana brush packs that the fandom released years ago on Google Drives and Tumblr. I'll link the post containing them in the description. There is a brush called Dark Pencil that I've been using for studies recently that's also free, and I do really like it. It's from this multiple brushes pack. Again, in CSP, all you have to do is find the layer lock function to color in your line art the way I do it. Also, this isn't the only way to color in your line art. In Procreate and CSP, you have your line art layer, and then you can also have a clipping layer, which functions the same way as an alpha lock. This layer mode makes it so you can only draw on what's below it, makes it extra easy to delete the layer or recolor it if you should make a mistake. Thank you for watching, and it's my birthday, so it would be extra awesome of you to like and subscribe today. Anyway, just remember to not look in your attic. I am rapidly devouring my birthday cake, and I need my space to do so. Thank you for understanding. Thank you to Jacques Herald of the Dark Roast, Meg, Exarch of the Golden Egg, High Artisan Anonymous Bee, Great Alpha Wolf Squilliam William, Nairouz, Seer of Rosy Mercy, Ghost, Infernal Collector of the Damned, Golden Paladin Court, Isabella, Redeemer of Bad Himbos, Keeper of the Lapin Warren, Robin, Most Royal of all the Rats, Ethereal Consort of House Vicarian, Fungal Sovereign Taz, Exalted Curator Wick, the Under-Elf of Delphinia, Paragon of Starlight, an impossible amount of rat babies, Divine Herald Jordan, Estrella, Sage of the Outer Realms, Wretched Sauce of House Worcestershire, Champion Pallypunk of the Immortal Valley, Tailor of Macabre Coney Livery, Eternal Apostle Austin, the Contingent of Fables, the Eminence of Light, Bunny, Exarch of the Ornate Tomb, Harley the Sanguinous, Grand Overlord Silas, Being of Exalted Sunlight, Delegate of Clan Latineurs, Eternal Consul Puja, High Magi Katie, the Herald of Wrens, Knight Susan of the Milkiest Order, Great Seer Clare, and Sir Matthew, Guardian of the Preserved Apiary.